Hello and welcome to yet another exciting episode of The Talk Show. I'm your host, Suri Smith, coming to you from the BMW showroom over at Daytona Santon. Now, we have an extremely exciting lineup for this week, so let's not waste another moment. Grab that cup of coffee and get comfortable because it is time to get this adventure started. Coming up on the show, we check out the super stunning BMW M240i convertible and the super fast and stylish BMW M4 GTS. We also show you how to jumpstart your car. The signature look of a BMW M240i convertible is unmistakable. Apart from the M Sport package, you also get a list of M Performance features that will ensure that the spirited two-door vehicle is something special. We were intrigued and ordered one to test. Check this one out. Who does not love a BMW, especially when it's an M Performance convertible? She's stunning on the eye and promises one exhilarating ride. M240i. I have really been looking forward to testing this car. The interior, BMW. Beautiful blend of materials, leather, black and red, and touches of plastic. Middle console, extremely spacious. You've also got an input for your smartphone and a lovely armrest. This particular model is an automatic, and I have to say that if you put it on Sport Plus, a whole lot of fun is what you're going to be having. If you don't want it on Sport Plus, you've got different driving dynamics. You've got Eco Pro, Comfort, Sport, and of course Sport Plus. When you go on Sport Plus, just bear in mind that your traction control will be off, and even on Eco Pro, if you take off too quickly, she wags her tail. If you get too hot and you don't feel like switching on the aircon, there's a little button that you can press that conveniently opens up all the windows at once. But I think I'll stick to aircon, which in fact, you've got dual climate control. In other words, your passenger can choose whatever temperature they like while you have whatever temperature you like. So they can choose cold and you can choose hot. I always look out for heated seats. Unfortunately, this model does not have heated seats, but it can be added. This model, however, does have a navigation system. No reverse camera on this model, but it does have sensors. So whenever you reverse and you're approaching something that should not be close to your vehicle, or nothing should be close to your too close to your vehicle because then you'll bump it. But if you're about to bump something, then the sensors will go off. Harman and Kardon speakers, so if you're going to be going on a road trip, you will be entertained. Combine that with a sunroof and you've got one hectic road trip, baby. Driving in the city, you're really going to be getting a lot of looks. I mean, almost immediately after I started testing this vehicle, I had people shouting out at me, "Hey, fancy lady!" And that's exactly how you feel when you drive this car. If feel like a fancy lady with a whole lot of speed. Woo! And a whole lot of torque. So you have got a multifunctional steering wheel. Through the steering wheel, you can operate your volume levels as well as place a call, answer a call, and also operate your cruise control. Then in your middle console, you've got a lovely screen that displays your information in the middle. Through that, you can choose different settings that you would like to apply to your media or vehicle. What I mean with that is you can either go to menu, and then you can choose between media, radio settings, communication, navigation, connected drive, my vehicle, and notifications. Let's just elaborate on that. If you were to go into connected drive, for instance, you will have different options on checking the weather, checking up on news, online searches, wiki local, my news, and a whole bunch of other stuff that you can check out while you are driving to catch up on some business if need be. Apart from that, you've also got my vehicle, which you can check out on some settings while you're driving, like your vehicle settings, lights, doors, key, speed warning, driving mode, auxiliary ventilation, GPS tracking, and so forth. There's actually a whole list of things that you can go through. There's your owner's handbook, driving information, technology in action, vehicle status, where you can actually see whether your tires are, looking okay or not. And then, stop off at a garage if need be. The vehicle will throw out a warning or alert sign if there is an issue with your tires, but it's always good to check your tires every now and again. If you had to be stuck in an emergency situation, this car also has you covered. It has got an SOS button that you can press, which will conveniently dial emergency services on your behalf, and then you can report your accident. So right now I'm driving through the city and I'm experiencing comfortable drive, swift gear changes, and the steering is extremely responsive. Of course, if you put your foot down, you just accelerate extremely fast. So it's such a pleasure to drive this car in the city, and I'm sure if you're going to be stuck in traffic, it will also be a very nice car to drive, especially it being an automatic. It wouldn't be any effort at all really on your part. If you are looking to add one to the wish list but wondering whether it will put a dent in your pocket, this baby goes for $818,636. Coming up next, we checked out another stunning BMW. It's a vehicle that was conceived with an eye for trailblazing technology and a keen focus on the racetrack. It's none other than the BMW M4 GTS. Take a look at this beauty. We recently attended the launch of the new 4 Series, so I thought that it's only fit that we showcase the cream of the crop. And today we've got the M4 GTS, and with me is Dylan. He's a sales executive over here at the BMW showroom at Daytona Santon. Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks for being here.
So tell us more about this beauty.
Very, very special car, very, very limited edition car. Only 23 came into South Africa. We're very lucky to actually have one for us to look at and enjoy.
So can we just check out the engine and see what the performance levels are like?
Absolutely, the heart of the BMW beast.
Sure, let's open it up. Okay, so run us through the performance levels.
So what started as a standard M4 engine, it's been upgraded to a water charge cooling system very specific to this car. Takes it from 331 kilowatts to 368 kilowatts. 600 Newton meters of torque and 0 to 100 time of 3.8 seconds.
0 to 200, do you know?
Unconfirmed.
Okay, so I've noticed that on the dash, there's, if you look at the reflection, it looks like it's a piece of art, guys. Why is this?
So it's a very special bonnet design specifically for this car. It's carbon fiber reinforced plastic, very lightweight, very strong, harks to BMW's racing heritage, and it's as much as 50% lighter as the standard bonnet, all bringing towards our as light as possible, as fast as possible, BMW efficient dynamics in the flesh.
Wow, stunning. Let's take a look on the inside.
Right. Don't close very easily. You don't want to sit this?
So I noticed that it looks pretty standard on the inside, except for the bar that we're not used to, and is that a nitro bottle?
It's actually a fire extinguisher. Comes part of the Club Sport package. So it's the fire extinguisher, roll cage, and 5-point racing harness, which was, believe it or not, an option in this car.
Oh, really? And I see there's hooks. Is that for you to strap your...
That's where the harness clips onto.
And these bucket seats are extremely comfortable.
Extremely comfortable racing bucket seats, 50% lighter than the standard seat. Just another way to measure the extreme weight.
So they've seriously gone the extra mile to make this car incredibly light.
Incredibly light. So 50% light on the seats. Even the taillights are lighter, specifically designed to be more lightweight than a standard car.
I just want to make mention of the fact that there is an ashtray and a lighter in here. Would you smoke in this car?
I wouldn't smoke. Unfortunately, it is a standard feature for BMW South Africa to have a smoker's package. You wouldn't catch me smoking in this car.
Okay, so run us through the features that this vehicle do in fact have.
So a lot of it has been taken away from what a standard M4 would be. As much as we still see an air conditioner and a radio, overseas that was an option. So even that is a way to gain weight or a weight saving in the car.
Okay, and the different modes?
So you can choose between your Bluetooth radio, normal FM radio, AM
that's
radio,
what it's for.
And CD as well.
Okay. But there's only one way to drive this car, and it's fast.
Flat out.
And obviously this is not something you would really care about if you had to drive a car like this, but it's obviously feel on this car consumption-wise.
It's very difficult to guess, but if that was a deciding factor, this probably isn't the right car.
Not the right car for you, right? So anything else that the viewers would be interested in knowing about this car?
There's a lot of track-specific setups in the car, so things like your front wheel hubs are cut out of a solid billet aluminium, makes it strong and lightweight. Brakes, very specific carbon ceramic brakes on the car. Extremely good weight dissipation, reduces your brake fade on the racetrack. Your suspension itself is customizable. You can alter your ride height, your damping. You've even got clips that get removed from the suspension to put it into road mode or track mode with relative ease as well.
And can you customize this? Could you change the color of the seats or?
Nothing was available in this car except the color, and you had 2 different wheel options. Everything else, as you see it, is the way these cars arrived. As I said, the roll cage was part of the Club Sport pack, which was an option, but I didn't see one come into South Africa without them.
And I also saw a lot of curves on the dash.
Beautiful curvy car, she is a sexy beast, but the bonnet, it shows off BMW's typical M power dome, very reminiscent of any other M car, but changed ever so slightly. It's got a vent right in the front to help with some engine cooling as well.
Wow, okay, so I think the question on everyone's mind at this point in time, how many of these beauties are available in South Africa?
23 came into the country. At this point, 1 or 2 available. This particular one with us here.
Well, there you have it, guys. Head on over to Daytona Santon and check out this beauty. It's now time to take a short break, but don't go anywhere, because after the break we give you some helpful motoring tips. Stay tuned.